Good morning once again, children. So here we are back with our new chapter, that is chapter 7, packing, from your book Beehive. So children, again I just want to tell you that this packing is a story taken from Three Men in a Boat, written by Jerome K. Jerome. ओके ये जो स्टोरी है ये पीस ऑफ एक्सट्रैक्ट है जो कि थ्री मैन इन अ बोट से लिया गया है एंड जिसके ऑथर है जिसके राइटर है जेरोम के जेरोम. सो दिस चैप्टर इज इन humorous undertone that is describing about the narrator and his two friends packing for a boat trip. So this chapter is about the art of packing. Okay, in this chapter we will see art of packing. By whom? By Jerome, George and Harris. So here I said I had to pack. So the writer Jerome liked to pack what? Luggage. Why for? For trips, and announced that he would do the packing. कि वही packing करेगा. Okay, so I rather pride myself on one means I'm proud of my packing. Packing is one of those many things that I feel I know more about than any other person living. It surprises me myself sometimes how many such things there are. So here pride myself on means I'm proud of, and here Jerome thought that his ability to pack luggage was better than others. उसके अंदर जो पैकिंग की क्वालिटी है, जो उसके अंदर एक आर्ट ऑफ पैकिंग है, वो किसी के अंदर नहीं है. And he asked his friends George and Harris to leave the task of packing to him. वो बोल रहा है कि उसे मेरे लिए छोड़ दो and you go work. So I impressed the fact upon George and Harris and told them that they had better leave the whole matter entirely to me. They fell into here accepted. उन्होंने accept कर लिया the suggestion with a readiness that had something uncanny. So uncanny means strange, weird about it. So here the narrator says that two of his friends, they agreed to his offer instantly, which was strange. So George sat comfortably on the easy chair and Harris bent his knees as he sat on the sofa and kept his feet on the table, and they agreed. तो एग्री हो गए. किससे एग्री हो गए? कि हाँ ओके देन यू डू वॉट एवर यू वॉन्ट टू डू. इफ यू विश टू पैक द थिंग्स यू डू. Okay, so both of them, they easily sat on the sofa, one and another friend sat on a chair. Okay, so this was hardly what I intended means planned or meant. What I had meant, of course, was that I should boss the job and that Harris and George should potter about, do some unimportant things, okay, under my directions. I pushing them aside every now and then with, oh you here, let me do it. Okay, so here by saying that he would pack, the writer did not mean that his friends would sit and relax. So यहाँ पर उसका मतलब ये नहीं था कि मैं कर लूँगा, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि तुम आराम करो, तुम आराम से बैठो, but ये था कि he had meant that he would boss upon them while they would do all the this things, packing things. वो चाह रहा था कि वो बॉस करेगा, मतलब वो ऑर्डर देगा और उनको उनकी डायरेक्शंस को फॉलो करने होंगे. ओके, सो हियर इट वाज लाइक दैट. So there you are, simple enough, really teaching them, as you might say. They are taking it in the way they did irritated me. There is nothing does irritate me more than when I am working. I lived with a man once who used to make me mad. उसने मुझे पागल कर दिया. Why the man made him mad? We will see later on. He would loll on the sofa So here in the first paragraph, the author says that he would nag them and curse them for not knowing the work well, and then he would chip into sort out mess that they would create. He was irritated to see them sitting while he did all the work. वो irritate हो रहा है, okay? And I lived with a man once. So यहाँ पर वो एक किस्सा सुना रहा है जब वो एक व्यक्ति के साथ रहता था और उसने उसको किस तरह से इरिटेट करा. So he recollects that once he lived with a man who would sit lazily on the sofa all day through and would watch the writer do all the work. So वो उसके एक फ्रेंड ने पूरे टाइम आराम से सोफे पे बैठ के एक दिन उसको वॉच करा और ये देखता रहा कि वो किस तरह से काम करता है. So the man would say that he enjoyed watching him go around doing all the work. This would make the writer mad with anger. Okay, children. So here the writer adds that he could not sit idle and watch others work like slaves. On the other hand, he liked to check their work. Clear? And now I am not like that. I can't sit still. Means he did not want to sit like a slave and see another man slaving and working. I want to get up and superintendent means supervise and walk around with my hands in my pockets and tell him what to do. It is my energetic nature. I can't help it. So here the author says, on the other hand, he liked to check their work, walk around with his hands in his pockets and direct them on how to do the work probably. Okay, किस तरह से काम होना चाहिए. और वहाँ पर ये feels करता है, he feels that as he was energetic, it was a part of his nature to behave in that manner. Okay. So however, I did not say anything but started the packing. It seemed a longer job than I had thought it was going to be, but I got the bag finished at last and I sat on it and strapped it. So the writer did not say anything to his friends and started packing. As he closed it, Harris said that he had forgotten. So जैसे ही उसने कुछ पैक करा तो हैरिस ने उसे कहा कि ain't you are going to put the boots in? Said Harris, and I looked round and round and I found I had forgotten them. That is just like Harris. He couldn't have sold a word until I had got the bag. So जब तक मैंने बैग पैक करा तब तक तो उसने कुछ नहीं कहा. The author says the writer felt that Harris could not have reminded him before he had closed the bag, but he thought that Harris was like that. This was followed by an irritating laughter by George, which made Jerome wild and anger. So जब जेरोम हंसा इस बात पर तो जॉर्ज जब हंसा उसका अनदर फ्रेंड तो जेरोम जो था उसको बहुत गुस्सा आया. So again I opened the bag. So here I is used for the author. So Jerome opened the bag to keep the boots in it. So what happened then? As just I was going to close it, a horrible idea occurred to me. What was that idea? We will see. Had I packed my toothbrush? I don't know how it is, but I never do know whether I have packed my toothbrush. So the author says Jerome that when he opened the bag to keep the boots in it, as he was about to close it, he was stuck by a strange thought that had he kept the toothbrush or not. He says that he never remember if he has packed the toothbrush or not. So my toothbrush is a thing that haunts. To haunts means to repeatedly give trouble me when I am traveling and makes my life a misery, means sad. I dream that I haven't paid it and wake up in a cold perspiration. Perspiration means sweat, and get out of bed and haunt, search for it. Okay. So here Jerome adds that while traveling he always messes up with the carrying his toothbrush. He has nightmares of not having packed it. So wakes up in sweat and looks for it. Okay. So of course I had to turn every mortal things, every ordinary things out now, and of course I could not find it. I rummaged, searched in a hurried and careless way the things up into much the same state that they must have been before the world was created and when chaos, that confusion again, okay, ruled. So here the author says that in the morning he packs it before using it, then unpacks the bag to get the brush and uses it, as it is in the last thing that comes out of the bag, and he has replaced, okay, the bag. He had to repack the bag, so he forgets packing it again, and at the last moment what happened, he rushes to his room to get the brush, and finally he wraps it in his handkerchief and carries it to the railway station in the hand. लास्ट में क्या हुआ, उसने उसको उसके हैंकरचिप में पैक करा और वो रेलवे स्टेशन तक आया. उसको याद है लास्ट टाइम दिस इंसिडेंट ऑल्सो हैपेंड. सो ऑफ कोर्स आई फाउंड जॉर्ज एंड हैरिस 18 times over, but I couldn't find my I couldn't find my own. I put the things back one by one and held everything up the shook it. Then I found it inside a boot. I repacked them once more. So here the author says that Jerome was looking for his toothbrush and in his bag he had to remove everything, but he could not find it. He created a mess. उसने पूरा बैग को अस्त व्यस्त कर दिया. He found his friend's brushes many times but could not find his brush. उसने अपने फ्रेंड का ब्रश तो ढूंढ लिया लेकिन अपना ब्रश वो नहीं ढूंढ पा रहा है. कौन? ऑथर जेरोम. He kept everything back into the bag one by one, shaking each item, and finally what happened? Found the brush. So where did he find the brush? He found the brush inside a boot. Then once again he repacked the. Okay, so when I had finished, George asked if the soap was in. I said I didn't care a hang. Show no concern or interest. So whether the soap was in or whether it wasn't. And I slammed shut the lie forcefully and loudly. So the bag shut and strapped it and found that I had packed my spectacles in it and had to reopen it. It got shut up finally at 10:05 p.m. and then there remained the hampers. Hampers, baskets used to carry food, utensils, etc. to do. That is called hamper. Okay, children. So now when Jerome closed the bag, Jerome asked if the soap was there inside. Jerome ने पूछा, George ने पूछा sorry कि brush अंदर रखा है कि नहीं रखा है, soap अंदर रखा है कि नहीं रखा है. So as Jerome was impatient, he replied that he wasn't concerned if it was there or not. उसको कोई मतलब नहीं अगर है भी या नहीं भी है. और उसके साथ उसने बैग को लेड को स्ट्रैप करा, बांध दिया बैग को पूरी तरह से. Then he realized that he had packed his spectacles in it too and had to open it again to get them. Okay. So finally the bag was closed at 10:05 p.m. night में 10:05 पर. Then they had to pack the food baskets. अब उनको क्या पैक करना था? Food baskets. So children, from here we will continue in next video. Okay. Up till here please listen it carefully, attentively, and when you watch the video, now sit along with your